Here we are.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in this really strange German prison where
Mm.
none of the light switches make any sense, and
Down
there's
is up is
18.
down.
Yeah, there's 18 knobs in the shower that some of them do stuff. I don't know what it's confusing. This is what always happens in Germany.
A little
It's
over
kind of
engineered
place.
for you.
Yeah, Europe, the home of the half glass door in the shower, the
Oh
where the
yeah,
water gets all over everything, that stuff, like,
that is their
and
worst
then
invention
yeah,
ever.
it's the dumbest thing ever. Yeah. It's like, here's something that will block some of the water. Yeah.
There's somebody in the comments or listening to this screaming, going, "Actually, it's great," and then they explain why. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. There's one thing that no one in the comments could ever explain, which is how the lights work in this room. So, even if I showed it, it's just I'm going to take some pictures. This is like so crazy, but every time we come to Germany, especially, but often anywhere in Europe, but especially Germany, like the bathroom, especially, and the lights are just like insanity. I mean, it's amazing. It's not even over engineered. It's definitely not overthought. If anything, it's underthought. But it's like, let's invent like something for water by someone who has never seen water. Anyway, this sounds awfully negative. I'm sorry. It's actually really cool here, but it's just so retired.
anyways, you're at IFA.
Hmm.
There are things happening there, including light
Hmm.
bulbs from Philips,
Hmm.
laptops from Lenovo.
Hmm.
I'm sure there's many other things. Ace, everybody, Snapdragon had stuff.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Sort of.
Yeah. Yeah. How's the phone been? That's actually the bigger thing.
I mean, the phone's very good. I mean, obviously, compared to the previous phone, it's very similar. I mean, it's
Which
identical
nondescript phone
looking.
are you referring to?
I'm sorry, the Pixel 10 Pro XL or whatever it's called. Man, I love Pixels, right? There's goofiness to them. Uh, the designs of the phones since they switched to the Tensor processor have gotten much better, especially the last couple of years. But the Tensor processor itself has not ever really been any good, and it's that problem kind of continues. I wrote about this already, but I was out for 3 hours. I think it was 3 hours and 20 minutes or something. Took like 150 photos. We did that call right from the
Yep.
bridge on Meet. Um, my battery was like 32% when I got done with all that. Like 32%. My wife's
Mm-hmm.
battery was like 70%. It's like, I mean, granted, she wasn't doing as much as I was, but this has been my experience. So like when we go to Mexico, for example, like on the last trip, I purposely switched back to the iPhone because I was like, look, we're going to be out in the world taking pictures during the day. I want a battery that actually lasts. And that's one of the benefits of that phone. And I can't reach it from here, but I have one of those, like MagSafe magnetic
Yep.
battery things for these long days. And I didn't bring it that day. I should have, because that's one of the nice things about the new phones is they do work with those accessories, right? So um, that's something. I don't know. It's hard. Like there's, I don't know how anyone takes or pays or tracks this stuff really closely because it's impossible to figure out. Like I'm going to call it something like 1,100 AI features on this phone now, and they're
Whoa.
everywhere, and it's bizarre. But also, like even something like yesterday, or I guess it was the day before technically, but Google, they don't clearly, you think Microsoft can't communicate, dude? You got to look at these Google blog posts. Like if you have a Pixel phone, you could get what amounts to 4 different updates together, which are some combination of, if you have different phones, it depends, right? The quarterly Android update, which is security updates, which is one of
Mm-hmm.
the updates, and then like they do like quarterly features. Like they don't call them, like they have Pixel drops, but they don't call it anything. But it's like new Android features, right? But also this quarter was what they call like the QPR1 release, which is the one that brings does Material Expressive 3 or whatever it is to phones that don't already have it, which is the pre-Pixel 10 phones that are Pixels. Um, and then there was a Pixel drop, you know, like there's all this stuff, but they don't clearly like identify any of it. Like, well, the Pixel drop they do, but the other ones, it's like you don't even know what's going on, and it's like And then it's like Microsoft with Windows 11. Like you may or may not get it today. You may,
Yeah.
maybe, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Who could say? And then there's, of course, all the million app updates. So Google is slowly updating its apps, and I'm sure third parties will as well for this new design thing, which is in some ways as big a deal as liquid glass, except when Apple does something, you never stop hearing about it. When Google does something, you never hear about it. So it's kind of a weird situation. But actually, this Material Expressor 3 thing is a big deal. And yeah, I would say not universally, but I bet people will like it a lot better in general than people will like liquid glass. Like as a percentage, like there are some people who just don't care. Some people are like, I love liquid glass for whatever reason. Some people might hate it. You know, I feel like this Material Expressor 3 thing is going to go pretty good. But it's just kind of, it's Google. So it's like, it's here, it's not here. It's like, you know, I don't know. It's like this is not related per se, other than Microsoft does this, and this is why I thought of it. But I was typing away this morning on some laptop on which I had installed Power Toys. I must have turned it off because I was playing a game, or so I was turning things off when I play a game. But you hit the Copilot key, and the Copilot comes up, right? And by mistake, because no one would ever hit that key on purpose to launch Copilot, and it's annoying, you know. But now on this one computer, it has that new design they showed off where it looks like a dashboard with all this stuff going on, you know. And that's the Microsoft way. Like you just never know when something's going to happen. So when it does, it's like a surprise, and that's exactly what Google's like. So honestly, if you're kind of a Microsoft guy, like you should definitely get a Pixel. It's, you're going to be very comfortable. It's the same level.
Comfortable by the barrage of new things randomly showing up.
So you asked me how the phone was, and then I spent 20 minutes babbling. So I'm sorry, but it's complicated, I guess, nuanced. I don't know what word I'm looking for.
I mean, you're what, 10 generations into it? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is nuanced. Unless you're AI companies, then you're building chips and trying to figure out things, and it's a little more brutal, but yeah. So when do you fly home? You said, I think, Sunday? Yeah.
We home for 10 days-ish, maybe a little bit more. Like we go, not that Friday, but then I guess 2 weeks from today, we go back to Mexico.
Oh, wow. You just really like airports.
I really, what I really like is going in the opposite direction time zone wise. So like, you know, that will be the amount of time I need to recover from this trip. I think I mentioned to you the other day, like I didn't sleep basically at all on the flight here. I proceeded to sleep like 10 hours the next day, and I'm just wiped out. I'm just so out of it. Like it really bothers me how hard it is to do this kind of travel for me now. Like you're talking about going to Paris and London with your wife and kid, and telling you, man, the sooner the better, because it just doesn't get any easier.
Well, we told our daughter that it's a roughly 9-hour flight.
Yeah.
Her mind could not comprehend being on a plane for 9 hours. She's like, what do you mean? We're flying for 9 hours?
Go to China. I mean, you could be 16, 18 hours, or go to New Zealand. I mean,
no.
At least, look, your kid will probably sleep like an angel on this flight. Probably. So for like 9 hours doesn't mean anything. It's going to be 2 hours and then a bunch of sleep, and then she gets up when the plane bumps.
Yeah,
you know, she'll have a great time. I don't know about you guys, but like, I wish I could be like that.
No, I'm looking at alternative options to force sleep. That's like the only way I'll survive this.
Right. I actually took something too, you know, and it made me drowsy, but I could never fall asleep.
See, that's like the worst.
You ever see like a dog, like their back legs kicking when they're sleeping because they're dreaming about chasing rabbits or something? That's what my legs like when I'm on a plane. It starts twitching, you know? There's something about I don't know if I'm like confined in that little 3/4 of an ass width chair, and then, you know, guys in front of me, like right here. I don't know what it is.
People coughing and.
Oh, yeah, dude. I don't. How much time of yours could I waste today? So I was telling could you please kill that? Sorry, my phone's ringing over there. My wife slept through this, but I have this way of swipe. Do you want to just throw it to me? If I flip it upside down, that will close it. Just do that. Anyway, I have this way of always surrounding myself by people who are insane. And this happened at breakfast this morning. It happened on the plane, right? Like you're sitting there and you see this guy get on and you're like, oh no,
Mm-hmm.
this guy's going to be a problem. And he was like this really, really elderly guy. He had a dog. And as soon as the plane started taxiing to take off, he got out of his seat and started walking toward the back of the plane. And there's the flight attendant came running up like, no, 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 you have to sit down. We are going to take off right now. And he needed something desperately back there, but he couldn't get it. So anyway, it just got worse from there. And so by the time my wife went to sleep, like this guy who could barely move, I think he had like a walker or a cane when he first got on, but middle of the night, he all night long he's got the flashlight on his phone going, so he's looking down at his dog, he's doing stuff, he's still trying to figure shit out, right? And I just, he is standing on his chair in the dark, right? They turned all the lights off because it's like an overnight flight, and he's got his phone pointed up at the roof of the plane, and he's trying to figure out how the light works. It was like it's like watching like lights in World War II because the Nazis
Yeah.
are going to bomb
Yep,
London or something.
that would send
And
me
it's
over
like
the edge.
I would, yeah, and it's no, but it's. I saw this the second I saw him, I was like, yeah, that guy's gonna be a problem. And he was a problem the entire flight, you know? Like these people are always near me.
I'll try not to take offense to that.
Like the time you and I flew. No. You did drop luggage on someone's head. I'm just saying. Like,
Well, anyways, Atlassian bought a browser, so that's fun. And nobody saw that one. Nobody saw that one coming.
right. So if you were to play like a tech industry word association game and you were like, line up the browser company with some parent company that might buy them, no one would have chosen Atlassian, right? Like, where did that come from?
They just better call it Jira, like the Jira browser. That's their.
They'll call it Bira.
I don't know. They've clearly got some plans to become an AI browser company. I don't know. Maybe.
I actually think the reason it happened, whatever the guy's name was, the CEO of the browser company, said that the CEO of Atlassian was like one of the early fans of Arc, and he was like contributing really early on with feedback and stuff. And they created like a Jira or whatever, you know, or whatever, a Trello or whatever the hell it is, like what for Arc, you know, feedback and stuff, and like inside of Atlassian, like I get, you know, I think it was just literally this guy was just like a huge fan.
I'd like someone to be a huge fan of me and buy me for 600 something million.
I would take one hundredth of that would be great. You know? Amazing.
Well, we'll catch you back Monday, right before the Apple event. So safe travels home. Hopefully there's nobody checking overhead lighting.
I'll fly home with that guy. Oh my God.